The following wrestling simulation requires discretionary viewer participation. Welcome to another exciting edition of Fire Pro Championship Wrestling. These matches are sanctioned and supervised by the Steam Workshop Alliance, courtesy of Fire Pro Wrestling World and the Carlzilla Mod Pack. I am Benoit, and we are just 1 week off from that big Mother's Day tournament to crown the first ever SWA Women's Champion. And that champion wound up being Wendy Richter, who defeated the undefeated Rhea Ripley via critical nonetheless to become the inaugural Women's Champion. And speaking of inaugural things, we got Koko B. Ware making his debut here up against Yokozuna. These two actually went one-on-one in the first ever televised match of Monday Night Raw. We got a lateral press here back on January 11th, 1993. So consider this a rematch. As you see, Mr. Fuji is at ringside there with Yokozuna. He actually brought Yokozuna in for that big battle royal back on Valentine's Day. Back then, he was also the manager of Demolition, but Demolition is unfortunately no more after having lost an 8-man tag match to Paul Ellering and the Road Warriors. However, Fuji's stable is still growing as he has Yokozuna alongside the Orient Express. Once again, Koko goes for a pin, but can't even get one as Yoko powers out of that very quickly. Koko B. Ware there, wearing his same trunks he wore back when he teamed up with Owen Hart as one half of High Energy. Back elbow there. High Energy lasted for about a year, 92 to 93. Oh, Saito suplex. Koko might want to beware about that corner. He knows what can happen there, as he felt that 33 years ago. Oh, but instead he's bashing the big Polynesian, I say in quotes. Oh, back elbow. Up. Victory roll, way too close to the corner. I'm surprised he even had to wait to get the momentum to bring that big man over and under, but he did. Uh-oh. Might be seeing it. And there it is. Banzai drop. And just like the first ever televised match on Monday Night Raw, Yokozuna defeats Koko B. Ware in the opening contest here on Fire Pro Championship Wrestling. Up next, we have a 6-man tag team match with Handsome Harley Race there, teaming up with Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy, reprising their role as members of the Heenan family. SD Jones is just headbutting Harley Race there. You know Harley loves to come off that corner with a diving headbutt of his own. Now, the referee just went down. Inadvertent contact there by Special Delivery Jones. Hope the referee realizes that was completely inadvertent. And he did, but he is busted open. Oh, Harley taking it there now to SD Jones. King Kong Bundy was actually brought in here by Ted DiBiase to challenge The Undertaker in a WrestleMania streak rematch, but came up on the losing end. And that caused some friction between King Kong there and the $1 Million Man, but cooler heads prevailed. And DiBiase released his contract, which was then picked up by Bobby Heenan. King Kong being brought in the ring now. George Wells being tagged in there because SD Jones remembered what happened at the first WrestleMania when King Kong Bundy defeated him in record time. George Wells, I believe, was actually part of WrestleMania 2, losing to Jake the Snake Roberts. But let's not talk about losses. Let's talk about wins, as we now have a singles men's champion and a singles women's champion. Bobby the Brain Heenan chimed in, but we're going to just omit some of his remarks. Where the hell is he? absent at ringside. That surprises me a bit. You know, he must be up to no good. Anyway, he had said that now that we have singles champions in Fire Pro, it's only a matter of time before we have a tag team championship tournament. And any combination of his Heenan family are guaranteed to take the gold. And I'm sure any one of these three men would love to take the gold. Matter of fact, Harley Race has had gold multiple times, being an 8-time former NWA champion of the world. Uh-oh. Tim Horner there. White Lightning does not want to be in the corner. Oh, not of the Heenan family, especially when you got King Kong Bundy there coming up on you. Reversal. But Bundy hangs onto the ropes and drags White Lightning back to his half of the ring. Tag into Big John Studd. Big John Studd also took part in the first WrestleMania. And I believe a $25,000 body slam match against Andre the Giant. Ooh, big clubbing clothesline. Blood running down the face there of the referee. Did not obscure his vision. He did notice White Lightning. Tim Horner got his shoulder up before the 3 count. Monkey flip. That's a big man. He monkey flipped over. Side headlock takeover too. Okay, Tim Horner, I see you. Now, Big John Studd has those long limbs there, which was able to get underneath the ropes and cause the break. But a White Lightning realized if you take the legs out of the big man, he will lose some of his power. All that did was upset Big John Studd, though. Big John Studd made his Fire Pro debut here back on Valentine's Day, part of that big battle royal. Uh-oh, George Wells up in the backbreaker. Too close to the ropes, though. Break was called. Big John Studd was a 1989 Royal Rumble winner, the second ever Royal Rumble winner. Tag back out to Bundy, who in canon is related to the Bundys from Married with Children. Wonder if we're going to get to see Al, Peggy, or any of the kin. Oh, nice! Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Would not have expected that out of George Wells. Goes for a clothesline, but he jumped the gun a little bit. I don't know if that's what you want to do. Oh! Well, what do I know? I'm just a commentator. Bundy with a lateral press. That's 400-plus pounds. But Wells has not been sufficiently drained of his energy and was able to get a shoulder up and also put Bundy in a big bear hug. Couple forearm shivers there. George Wells brings back in the man from Antigua. Special delivery, Jones. Oh, and now Bundy doesn't seem to want any part of him. Tag back out to handsome Harley Race. Look at that fro. He is handsome. Nice hip toss there. Oh, they're really taking it. Oh, headbutts again. Oh, looks like that blood has actually dripped down to the referee's neck. He might want to grab a towel and do something about that, but can't interrupt the flow of the match. But where is Bobby Heenan? Oh, a diving knee there. I'm surprised he didn't go for the cover. Uh-oh. What has Big John Studd got in mind? Whoa. Uh-oh. Big press and slam. Down on the floor. There is absolutely no support there. I think he's trying to embarrass SD Jones. They might want to get back in the ring. They only have a count of 10 here in Fire Pro. Unlike in default vanilla Fire Pro Wrestling World where there's a 20 count. I have to wonder if Bobby Heenan put them up to that. Another bear hug again. Referee has to call for the rope break though. That was in the center of the ring. That might have been all she wrote. And the cover. 1, 2. No! The Heenan family sure has taken their time here during this match. Spinning back kick to the gut. Oh, and now a bear hug of his own. Looks like John Studd's about to tag out there to King Kong, even though Harley has his hand out. Cover. No, gonna take more than that to put down George Wells. Oh, big clothesline, followed by a shoulder tackle. And a knee to the gut. What does Bobby Heenan think about all this? Single leg takedown. Just to pick him right back up. I don't understand the point of that. Side slam. Oh, there's no need to go to the eyes. More headbutts there. Bundy might have a concussion after those. Bring back in Stud. Oh, big clothesline right to the back of the head. Looks like that caught SC Jones just right, and the Heenan family take the victory in this 6-man tag match. We got some ladies action now as Jacklyn Hyde is going one-on-one with Mickie James. Unfortunately for Mickie James, she's not been around Fire Pro long enough to qualify for the SWA Women's Championship tournament, but that does not mean she's not going to prove that she belongs here in Fire Pro. You know, she is a former multi-time WWE Women's Champion and NWA TNA. Well, I don't think they were still in the NWA when Mickie James was there, so I think she was only simply a TNA knockout. Oh, Jacklyn going for the choke. That is not legal. She has to a 5 count to let go, but she did after 1. Jacklyn Hyde taking it there to Mickie James, but it looks like Mickie might be on the comeback. Reversal. Mickie into the corner. Jacklyn charges in with a clothesline. Our champion Wendy Richter there is very, very excited about her victory. And she's looking forward to any and all challengers who oppose her. Oh, Jacklyn goes for a cutter but whiffs. A little early. Mickie takes advantage of it with a drop kick. You know, Wendy Richter defeated 3 women on Mother's Day. First it was Mad Maxine. Then Gail Kim, who was undefeated. And Rhea Ripley in the end. She went over 2 undefeated ladies who'd been around since the very beginning to become the inaugural women's champion here in Fire Pro. Jacklyn grabs a leg, but Mickie refuses to submit. Ooh, Mick kick right to the back of the head. I felt that. A quick victory for Mickie James, and victories like that are what's going to make you rise in the rankings to challenge for that women's championship. Next, we have the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre, going up against the man who thinks that any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance in chinless James Ellsworth. James Ellsworth was a part of WWE for quite a bit, surprisingly. I don't really know a whole lot about him other than, I think he had a shot at the WWE Championship, and he helped Carmella win the women's Money in the Bank. But as for how much he's going to fare here in Fire Pro, that could be it. No, he kicked out of that Michinoku driver. So, hey, maybe he will last a while here. He even reversed a vertical suplex there of Drew McIntyre, who was much bigger than him. Okay. And some stiff chops there to the Scottish psychopath. More chops, and Drew is just taking them. I'm surprised. Oh. Well, never mind. That headbutt. Oh, he went behind, but James Ellsworth must have picked up some skills during his brief tenure in WWE, because he's actually fighting back here against McIntyre. Drop toe hold again. I'm surprised Drew fell for that twice. Oh, shit. That hurt. Big Yakuza-style kick right to the face, followed by a stomp to the gut. Oh, and a neck breaker. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. I haven't had SpaghettiOs in a very long time. German suplex folds Ellsworth in half. No, once again, Ellsworth is still fighting back, though, but it doesn't last very long. Another German suplex. Okay. Drew McIntyre up. No chin music. He landed that savate kick, even hooked the leg. Got a 2 count, though. That's probably going to upset the former Intercontinental Champion and former... Was he a WWE champion or a former World Heavyweight champion? Oh! I don't know the difference, really. All I know is here, our SWA Heavyweight Champion is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Another kick. You know, for a man who doesn't have a chin of his own, he sure knows how to focus on the chin of his opponents. Oh, what a over-the-head, belly-to-belly throw. Surprised Ellsworth is still in the ring. Charged into the corner, got nothing but the turnbuckle, but he's still fighting back. My goodness. He's getting a lot more offense than I would have expected, but nope. Tried it again, didn't work. Oh! Air raid crash, but Ellsworth gets right back up and hits him with a kick underneath the chin. This could be the upset, and okay, never mind. Again? How many times is he going to land that kick? Right on that chiseled man jaw. Oh, he just took a right to it, too. Ellsworth looks spent, though. Oh, future shock DDT. I think that's the end for James Ellsworth.
1, 2, 3.
Chalk up another win for the Scottish psychopath. We have another man who debuted a few months ago back in the Valentine's Day Battle Royal. Unfortunately, though, for John Cena, he was one of the men eliminated by Batista after Batista snuck back into the ring. Now, unlike Batista, Cena is the most decorated WWE champion of all time. 14 times was he champion. I think 3 of those was the WWE World Heavyweight Champion versus just the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know. The fact they got 2 world titles confuses me. I don't like it, but that's besides the point. You know, Batista was actually a World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Champion many times, but not as often as John Cena. Now, both men actually won the Royal Rumble twice, and why I'm comparing these 2 men, Batista and John Cena, is because at the summer solstice, it's going to be John Cena versus Batista one-on-one. And that summer solstice is June 21st. That's not the only match scheduled for the card, but it's the first match I'm going to be talking about. Ooh, as John Cena is in action today, going up against Roadblock, an undercard wrestler from WCW. Roadblock is a big man, but John Cena is very strong. Leg is hooked. Too close to the ropes, though. Cena ought to know better than that. You know, there's been a lot of controversy about Batista ever since he snuck back into the ring when the referee did not notice his elimination back on Valentine's Day. And Batista already had defeated Bret the Hitman Hart, who was the first man whom he eliminated after returning to the ring. Oh, Heenan Karana by John Cena. Okay. Luthet's press. Very common maneuver from the SWA heavyweight champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold also a man who illegally re-entered the Royal Rumble and eliminated Bret Hart back in 1997. Funny how all these edits, all these wrestlers are interconnected, how their stories and their lives just kind of weave and bob and back and forth like a big web of stories. Oh, STFU! Roadblock is fighting, though. So close to the ropes that Cena just let him out. Step over toe hold face lock that he refers to as the... I'm not sure what the ST stands for, but I'm pretty sure I know what FU means. Roadblock hooks the leg, gets a near fall. John Cena recently retired, I believe, by Gunther, who you would know here in Fire Pro as Walter. Makes you wonder if we're going to see John Cena versus Walter anytime here in Fire Pro. Cena hooks the leg. Not enough, though. Roadblock easily powers out. Have to wonder if he could have powered out sooner, but he decided to wait for 1 second just to catch his breath. Walter was quite impressive in the Gold Rush tournament back during the spring equinox. Oh, big hip toss. That's a 400-plus pound man Cena just got up there. Takes him down, locks in the STFU again. He wants that submission victory, and he might get it. Nope. You can't exactly put a roadblock in a submission hold. Or you can. I mean, Cena did it twice. Really? Okay, I thought he might be trying to place him up on the top rope, but no. What is Cena going to do? Oh, leg drop to the back of the head. That's got to be all. It is John Cena victorious over Roadblock. Remember, Summer Solstice, June 21st, is going to be John Cena challenging Batista. While it was already announced that it's going to be John Cena taking on Batista at the Summer Solstice, the big match is going to be the SWA Heavyweight Championship match, where Stone Cold makes his first defense of the heavyweight title against Savio Vega. See, Savio Vega scored a pinfall over Steve Austin prior to him becoming the SWA Heavyweight Champion, and so now they're going to be going one-on-one for the title June 21st at the Summer Solstice. Tonight, right now, though, we got two other members of Los Boricuas. We got a Jose Estrada Jr. and Jesus Castillo Jr. Oh, Jesus getting a couple shots in on Austin on the outside. Austin might want to get back in the ring before the count of 10. As you actually see there, Austin is tagging with Carlos Colón, the Puerto Rican legend. So you got the Puerto Rican legend himself, Carlos Colón, going up against the Puerto Ricans of Los Boricuas. And also, of course, Miguel Perez Jr. and the man who's going to be challenging Stone Cold, Savio Vega, are at ringside because these guys tend to go in groups. Carlos is in the ring there with Jose. Jose takes a shoulder tackle. You know, Carlos Colón. Oh, now we got Jesus tagging in, but Carlos, nope. I think Carlos missed the tag. No, he's back on it now as he drags Jesus right to the center of the ring. You know, if you know anything about Puerto Rican wrestling, specifically World Wrestling Council, that is Carlos Colón's promotion. He was Gorilla Monsoon was part owner of that. And Carlos himself was a multiple time, 20-some-odd time, like Universal Champion there. Think of it as like the same thing as, say, Jerry Lawler and Continental, where he was a multiple time heavyweight champion of that promotion there in Memphis. Oh! Figure 4 leg lock. In the center of the ring, Jesus is going for the ropes. Got to tag back into Stone Cold, the SWA heavyweight champion. Up. Tried for a double team maneuver, but their timing was a bit off, and it looks like Jose is back in the ring. Austin won that championship by defeating Kurt Angle. See, Kurt Angle won the Gold Rush tournament back at the Spring Equinox, and Stone Cold Steve Austin won that big Valentine's Day Battle Royal, which put those two men one-on-one. Angle was on the losing end of that match. Oh. Austin, stunner! And the cover. 1, 2. Ooh, Jesus able to break up the pin. That certainly would have been over had he not been there. Austin goes for the cover again. Forces Jesus back into the ring to break it up a second time. Oh, letting Jesus know he's number one. Looks like Carlos is coming back into this. Carlos is going to pick up the scraps. Nice drop kick there. Oh, a couple punches to the gut. And Jose just drops. Tag out to Jesus. Uh-oh. Carlos is going to end up outside of the ring in a dangerous part of the... Uh-oh. That's dangerous territory right there. Oh, so he goes and grabs... What is it, a fork? No, it's a microphone. Brings a microphone in the ring. Austin wants to get tagged back in. Oh, no, my bad. He just wanted a couple beers. He's drinking on the job right now. Leg is hooked. He might not want to be drinking. Good thing his eyes are on the match. Austin might want to get brought back in here, though, because, uh-oh. Carlos is taking a bit of a beating here. The momentum has definitely shifted. Waist lock. Oh, snapmere, though. Leg is hooked. Not even a 1 count. Carlos is fired up. Oh, and that shoulder might be broken. Oh, backdrop with the bridge. Goes for a pin, but unfortunately, Jose was right there in the ropes. Or rather, Jesus. Now Jose's back in the ring. Uh-oh, Carlos takes a big power bomb. Carlos is in trouble. Honk, we got butt lice in the chat. Lateral press. Austin a little late to make the save, but that's okay because Carlos was not done yet. Oh, Austin's going to get tagged back in. We got the heavyweight champion in the ring now. Backdrop. I'm not sure what Carlos is doing. I think he might be praying. Perhaps he's bowing to the heavyweight champion. Perhaps his back just gave out. Heenan Karana. Austin kicks out. Double underhook up and over with the butterfly. Okay. We definitely have a problem with Carlos. Hello. That is a microphone. Carlos is frozen. Leg is hooked. Nobody's there to break it up. But Austin did not need it broken up. Stunner! But that's not the legal man. That one is. He just gave both men a stunner, and he's going to go for the cover now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness. Even with Carlos Colón frozen in the middle of the ring. The SWA champion is able to stun both members of Los Boricuas and get the win all for himself. That's the end of Championship Wrestling this week. I am Benoit signing off. Keep on simming, everybody.